Good afternoon and welcome to the Regional Sports Center in Rochester, Minnesota. It's the NJCAA National Volleyball Championship Tournament, and we've got a good one up for you here. The national semifinal matchup between Columbus State and Harper College, the top seed and defending national champion. We'll come back with a preview of this matchup along with keys to the game after these messages. You're watching the NJCAA National Volleyball Championship Tournament. The Harper College Hawks come in with a record of 36-5 on the season. They are the defending national champions, and they are littered with sophomores who were here for the championship run a year ago, ready to face off against Columbus State, who was also here a year ago. They got over the first round as opposed to a year ago when they were the consolation bracket champions. They won their first round matchup earlier today against St. Cloud Tech by a score of 3-1. Harper had a little deja vu earlier today, beating Queensboro in straight sets, just like they did a year ago on their road to the national championship. Harper is led by number 7, Ellie Burzloff. She led the way again earlier today with 9 kills. On the season, she had over 540 to be exact, during the regular season. But they have talent up and down this roster, including Sarah Udoni, last season's tournament MVP, and so they were freshman-led a year ago. It was always the plan to get back here and try and repeat, but standing in their way, Columbus State, they looked very, very sharp against St. Cloud Tech, who just won their consolation bracket game 3-1 over Queensboro, who, by the way, gave up a pretty good fight against Harper. But to continue the point on Columbus State, they are balanced. They have a couple very talented hitters on this roster and a few Swiss Army knives as well, like Elise Rutter. Believe I heard someone say her name is Allie, and I was calling her Alice the entire first round matchup, so I apologize for that. We'll call her Allie. Allie Rutter out of Astoria, Ohio, 5'10" sophomore, does a little bit of everything for this Columbus State team. They do have a record of 19-10 on the season, but don't let that fool you either. They play in a tough conference with a lot of other good teams, and so they are battle-tested. A team like Harper shouldn't be too intimidating for Columbus State. But other than Allie Rutter, Elena Monroe and Georgia Payne both had very solid performances in that first-round victory over St. Cloud Tech. So the Hawks and the Cougars should be fun. We'll have our starting lineups brought to you by Tachikara coming up after the break. Welcome back. We are just about ready to get underway. They don't do starting lineups because they already did them earlier today, but it is brought to you by Tachikara. They're proud to be the official volleyball of the NJCAA. They've generously provided all balls for NJCAA national championship play for over 30 years. Tachikara, we've got the ball. You bring the game. On this side of the floor, we are going to have one of our participants in tomorrow's national championship match decided between Harper College and Columbus State. Over on the other side, it is Central Lakes out of Minnesota and Eastfield out of Texas with the chance to face the winner of this match. So Harper College out of Palatine, Illinois, trying to repeat as national champions out of District B, Region 4. Columbus State, District G, Region 12, trying to find their way into the national championship match. And both teams have the same colors, so I should point out Columbus State is on the near side of your screen in the navy blue uniforms. Harper on the far side in white. It'll be Emily Huprich getting things underway for Harper College. She is one of the leading setters in the entire country. 1,429 on the season coming into this tournament. And we are underway. Elena Monroe has to send one across flat-footed. Ellie Burzloff was blocked, and it gets across. And I think they're going to say a member of Harper was in the net. So a point for Columbus State to start things off. Allie Rudder will serve for the Cougars with a 1-0 lead. Rudder sending it across, dug out by Brianna Cullen. And Cullen goes into the net on her first spike attempt. 2 quick points for Columbus State. Now for a team trying to pull off the upset like Columbus State is, you want a good start. That's what they had in their matchup against St. Cloud Tech as well. They got them at an arm's length and kind of kept them there in the sets that they won. And Harper College not looking sharp here the first 3 points. That one was bumped up by Cullen, and nobody called it. No one even made an attempt at it as Burzloff and Bush, a couple hitters, were waiting for a setter to come in, but it was Huprich who dug out the serve as Burzloff hits that one across to the left hand. Monroe with the answer. And Harper does get their first point there off the spike by Cullen. Cullen will go back and serve. And it's a 3-1 lead for Columbus State. Brianna Cullen had 7 kills in that opening round matchup, and now she's got an ace to go along with it. So it'll stay with Harper, a chance to tie down 3-2 here in set number 1. Cullen cuts it across court. This one dug out by Olivia Dunham. And now Morgan Danick, the leading attacker for Columbus State. 220 kills in the season, doesn't get one there. Harper does. And they can attack you from everywhere. Both of these teams really are versatile on their attack. They don't rely on one player exclusively, as we are tied up at 3 apiece. Monroe spikes that one. Cullen there to dig it out. Now Burzloff with the left hand goes finesse and gets the point. 4 straight for Harper after dropping the first 3, and they have their first advantage of the night. Cullen will look to continue the run. Dug out by Dunham. Spiked right back by Lugo. Marielle Lugo, number 8, attacks from a lot of different spots as Burzloff, that's her comfort zone, that right side with the big left hand. A very smooth hitter is Ellie Burzloff, 5'9". Looks almost effortless, but still the ball just explodes off of her hand as Lugo sends that one back row. Haley Littman was there. Ariana Cellini there for the dig, the talented libero for Harper College. Rudder keeps it alive, and Columbus State does indeed get it across as Huprich goes with the fake set and now has to save it. Lugo, the spike, she's denied. And now Burzloff over the top and down. Littman can't get it. 6 straight points for Harper College. So despite the poor start, Harper firing up here, although Emily Huprich, she's got a bandage on that right thumb. She must have been playing with that before. I didn't notice it only because, well, it hasn't been noticeable. Her play has been stellar, as they've come to expect, as Brianna Cullen serves that one out of bounds. A 6-4 lead for Harper College, the number 1 ranked team in this tournament and defending national champions. Elena Monroe serves that one into the net. You don't want service errors to become a part of the MO here. As that one spiked across by Morgan Danek. She was effective in that opening round win, although she only recorded a couple kills by my count. But Danek, along with Rudder, a couple of players that kind of go all over the place for Columbus State. They trail 7-5 here in set number 1. Lugo, I thought she mistimed it at first, but then she hammered it down with that right hand and got the kill for Harper College. We haven't had very many long volleys just yet. It's 8-5 in favor of Harper. Punched across. Abby Lucas sends that one over for Columbus State to earn the side out, make it 8-6. Some lightning quick points to start off this match. We have yet to see what I would call a long volley, or the two teams exchanging possessions more than a couple times. Udoni gets denied, back towards Lugo. Cellini saves it. Huprich sends it back row and gets the kill. The table setter, Emily Huprich, earns a point of her own. And it's a 9-6 lead for Harper College. Carolina Sass sends it towards the back row. Haley Littman, the libero for Columbus State, is there. Ariana Cellini digs out the spike attempt from Columbus State. And now Vicky Osborne sets it up for Rudder. Dug out Huprich, up high for Burzloff, down hard. Ellie Burzloff, her second kill of the match. Both Emily Huprich and Ellie Burzloff from Elgin, Illinois. Not too far from Palatine, but they have a junior college of their own, and so interesting that Huprich and Burzloff chose to go a little ways away from home. I'm sure Bob Vilsoy, the head coach, had a lot to do with that. This Harper squad is quickly becoming known as a Division III junior college power across the nation. 11-6 now, Harper College leads as Sass goes back to serve. 3 straight points for Harper College, and a timeout called before the serve by Jill Yoakum. A lightning quick pace to this one. 11-6, Harper College leads here in set number 1. You're watching the National Championship semifinal here on NJCAA TV.
Lane winds up, shot, a goal!
2 seconds to go.
Rangers, a long 3. Oh my goodness!
It's a walk-off base hit for Michael Smith.
It's an Olympico and a goal for Paradise Valley, J.C. Duncan.
Well, there's the feed into Rodriguez to jam.
Out of the break, Harper gets another point, so the timeout doesn't pay immediate dividends for Jill Yoakum. as Harper College certainly looking the part thus far as the top seed. Columbus State gets a much-needed block there from Abby Lucas. And a side out. They could use a run here. Haley Littman will go back and try and provide it. Harper College out of Palatine, Illinois. 258 miles from this location. A little further jaunt for Columbus State out of Columbus, Ohio. But both teams well represented here with the contingents of fans this weekend. Side out back to Harper. It's 13-8 they lead. As Gabby Fugel comes in to serve for the Hawks. Dug out by Littman, sent right back by Mackenzie Bush. Bush didn't get much on it. And now it's Brianna Cullen getting the kill from that left side. 4 different Hawks have already logged a kill in this match. Just goes to show they don't rely on any one attacker. Ellie Burzloff leads in the stat book, but they attack you from everywhere. As Columbus State comes back with an answer and a side out, they trail 14-9. Abby Lucas will serve for the Cougars. Lucas sends it towards the middle. Cellini there to dig it out. Cullen with a big spike. And now Rudder goes into the net. Tried to backhand it and get it beyond the blockers. Couldn't quite get it. And so the lead is back up to 6 for Harper College. Huprich on the serve. Rudder gets the feed, hammers it from the right side, but it's dug out by Sass. Now Bush looking back row. Littman there for the dig. Monroe gets the feed. Sass is there again off the deflection from the block. Bush gets denied by Danik. And now Burzloff from the right side. Dug out, and our longest volley yet is underway. Cullen denied by Rudder and Danik. Now Burzloff got a fortunate bounce and hammered it home. Ellie Burzloff staying optimistic on that point. Eventually had it land in her lap as Harper extends the lead once more. They've been going to Cullen often. That time, blockers were ready for it, and a good play there by Elena Monroe. Instead of going for the traditional spike, she stayed patient with it and used some good vision on the other side to find an opening in the defense and laid it on a good spot. Now an ace for Allie Rudder. Rudder gets dug out there by Cullen, who's had a busy first set. Burzloff dug out by Littman, and now Monroe. Great dig there by Cullen, doing a somersault in order to keep it alive. Rudder back to Rachel Ralston, and Ralston gets the point just before the ball came from the other side of the court. That would have been a tough break for the Cougars, who are starting to get some momentum here, having scored 3 in a row. They have to stop play when the ball comes across, and they earn the point about a half a second before the other side of the floor interfered. Service error leads to a side out to Harper College. They lead 17-12 here in set number 1. Brianna Cullen dribbles the ball, gets ready to serve. Sends it across. Olivia Dunham there for the dig, and now Monroe just a bit wide left. No touch by Harper. So they earn the point and build the lead back up to 6. Still a fast pace to this first set, as neither one of these teams have had very long volleys. Both looking to attack quickly, or these blocks have been efficient too, as Harper scores another point via the block. 19-12 is the score here in this first set. Monroe from the right side tries to get it over that big block. Burzloff tries to cut it down the line. Diving save by Lippman keeps it in play. And Burzloff just a bit too strong there off the Huprich feed. So the point goes to Columbus State. Now, one thing that Harper does better than any other team in this tournament is their defensive instincts. They seem to be able to find where their opponent's going to attack almost simultaneously. And so Columbus State might need to start doing a little more misdirection than what they're used to in order to be able to spike without defenders right in their face every single time. They get the point there on the double hit by Harper. That, or you simply try and go defensive and keep the ball in play as long as you can. Right now, they've been trying to match Harper attack for attack, which has led to quick points and led to Harper having the lead. Lugo spiked that one across. She thought it was touched by a member of Columbus State. The officials didn't see it. So Columbus State gets the point, and they're back within 4. 19-15. They trail. Cellini digs out that serve. Burzloff gets the feed and absolutely crushes it. Ellie Burzloff has 4 kills in this first set. And if they attack on that right side with her, you can just about forget about it. Not too many left-hand dominant hitters. So what a luxury when you have one like Burzloff who can stay on that right side and just hammer down spikes all afternoon. Point there for Columbus State. – 20-16 they trail. They could use a couple consecutive points here. Morgan Danek a step behind the line and try to provide it. She leaves one short. Cellini has to dive to save it. And it's bumped over by Lugo. Columbus can set up their attack. Lucas had to punch at it. And Burzloff gets it over for another Harper point. So Burzloff back behind the service line again, 21-16. Columbus State has hung around as Burzloff gets an ace. Danek laid off it. She thought it was going out of bounds. And it was just inside that right sideline. Now a timeout called again by head coach Jill Yoakum. It's a 22-16 advantage for Harper College here in set number 1. You're watching the National Championship semifinal here on NJCAA TV. Harper College looking to tie a bow on this first set, leading 22-16. As that one's tipped across by Ralston for a Columbus State point. You get the sense that the Cougars are having to work a little harder for their points than Harper is, simply because of that Harper defensive pressure and being so quick to the net on every Columbus State attack. Another point, though, goes Columbus State's way. Deficit has been cut to 4. They can use a couple more here out of Ralston. A lot of space over there as they rely on either Cellini or Cullen to do the work, as Udoni gets the feed in the middle and spikes it home. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. The Harper attack comes at you so quick. It's tough to get your defense set up, and on the opposite side, they always seem to be in the right spot to set up their blocks, so it's tough to earn those spikes and those points. As Lucas hammers it over a couple blockers and sends one into the seats off the deflection for the kill. (23-19). Cougars trailing. Needing a run here. Udoni hammers another one down. Her second kill in the last 3 points. And set point number 1 is on the way here for Harper College. Gabby Fugel goes back to serve for the Hawks. We'll have a few cracks at it here. Fugel, the jump serve, dug out by Danik. Popped up by Osborne, and the spike is good for Elena Monroe. It's her third kill of this first set. Now they need a run. Abby Lucas has a erratic at times serve. She took a little something off at that time. As Cullen with the hammer. Osborne there for the dig. And the point goes to Harper College. They take set number 1, 25-20. Good effort there from Columbus State, but the top seed still has yet to drop a set in this tournament. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the national semifinal match between Harper College and Columbus State here on NJCAA TV.
Lane winds up, shot, a goal!
2 seconds to go. Rangers, a long 3. Oh my goodness!
It's a walk-off base hit for Michael Smith.
It's an Olympico and a goal for Paradise Valley, J.C. Duncan.
Well, there's the feed into Rodriguez to jam.
Set number 2 about to get underway here between Harper College and Columbus State. Emily Huprick feeding Gabby Fugel, and there's a 4 call on Columbus State, so the first point goes to Harper College. They took set number 1, 25-20 is Huprick. Puts it in play again quickly. You can see Harper just wants to work fast. It was a fast 45 points in that first set. For a tightly contested set, it went by awfully quick, and we're running the same pace here. They haven't had too many long volleys. They've just kind of, both teams have attacked the net as Ellie Burzloff gets the point there for Harper College. And Brianna Cullen will serve, dug out by Allie Rudder. As Danik spikes it down, Harper able to dig it out. Lugo now gets blocked. Cellini was there to save it. And now Burzloff has her shot denied. And Columbus State knocks that one out of bounds, so another point for Harper College. It's 3-1 in favor of the Hawks. Cullen sends it across. Dunham hesitated, and it cost her the point. She was going to take it straight on, and at the last second put her arms out to the side. And just like set number one, Harper has a very early 3-point lead. They trailed by 3 in that first set, dropping the first 3 points. Then they rattled off 6 in a row and never trailed again after that. Double hit called on Harper, so a side out to Columbus State. Morgan Danek goes back to serve. And Danek gets dug up by Cellini. Burzloff with the left hand cuts it across the defense. Rudder is there. Rudder will spike from about 6 feet back. Cullen able to dig it out. Fugel gets dug out by Littman. And now Hupprich looking for Burzloff again on that right side. And Rudder's there once more. Ralston dug out by Hupprich. And Burzloff this time lofting it over. And saying my bad as she took that one away from Hupprich. A long volley goes the way of Columbus State. I think if you're the Cougars, that's what you want to try and do, is make these points last a little bit longer. Maybe get Harper out of their comfort zone. They go attack, attack, attack. And they're always there at the net. Evidenced again as Georgia Payne got denied there. Went right into the waiting arms of Gabby Fugel. And another service ace. This time it's Ariana Cellini getting it for Harper College. The Hawks have a 6-3 lead here in set number 2. Cellini this time gets dug out by Danek. And Hupprich goes to the fake set. Georgia Payne punches it up in the air and then goes right into the block. This time it drifts out of bounds, so the point goes to Columbus State. 6-4, side out. Vicky Osborne back to serve. Osborne dug out by Cullen. They feed Udoni, who gets denied. Hupprich there to dig it back out. Now Lugo gets blocked. Believe that was a combination of Allie Rudder and Abby Lucas. And Columbus State can tie it up at 6 with a point here. Osborne dug out by Cellini. And now Burzloff tried to cut it down the line, but went wide right. We're tied at 6 apiece here in set number 2. Columbus State trying to knock off the heavy favorite in this tournament, and plays like that will certainly help. Lucas gets to the right spot again with help from Rudder to deny the Udoni spike. Cellini passes it forward. Lugo gets denied. The Columbus State defense has been very stout in this second set. As Danek sends it across. Now Lugo from the left side. Nice dig, but out of bounds by Morgan Danek. Side out back to Harper. We're tied up at 7. Ellie Burzloff has a pass forward by Danek, and from the back row it's Littman, the libero, trying to send it across. Now Udoni blocked again. Abby Lucas has been everywhere, every single play at the net. But Harper ultimately gets that point. They lead 8-7. Burzloff lining up another serve. Payne gets denied by Udoni and Lugo. Now Hupprich looking for Lugo, left side, over the blockers. And Payne drops one down. Georgia Payne, who led the way for Columbus State in that first match of the day, gets her first kill. here in this match. We're tied up at 8. Payne will go back and serve. Diving save by Cullen. And now Udoni tries to go back row and went a little too far. Columbus State takes the lead, 9-8 here in set number 2, trying to even up this match at 1 apiece. Lugo this time from the right side. Osborne wasn't ready for it. Lugo normally attacks from the left, and this time kind of did that wheel route to open up on the right side, and it worked very well. So Lugo up to 3 kills in the match. As Monroe digs that one out. They had a nice play there by Abby Lucas. Didn't time it quite right, but hung around just long enough to punch it towards the right side where nobody was for Harper College. 10-9, Columbus State leads. Abby Lucas on the serve. She's got a tough one to handle when she brings the entire fastball. And I think she's trying to be a little less erratic against this opponent as Elena Monroe hammers one home from the left side. Columbus State leads 11-9. Very tough to come back from down 2-0 against a team as talented as Harper. So Columbus State really wants this one, and you can see it after that Morgan Danek block. They've got a 3-point lead, momentum on their side. In their championship run last season, Bob Vilsoe never called a timeout throughout Harper's run to the championship. We'll see if he changes that here today. As Cullen gets denied, it was Rudder and Danek again. And Vilsoe stays on the sideline, flipboard in hand. He's not even standing up yet, so he's going to let his girls play it out. They're down 13-9. Columbus State looking to build this run, and there's Lucas going into the net. Tried to put a little too much on it once again. As I mentioned, Lucas had a couple service errors in that opening match. She has a very tough serve when it stays in bounds, but when you go for that degree of difficulty, oftentimes you got to take the good with the bad. And Lucas, after a good run, gives it back to Harper. They trail 13-10. The Hawks do, that is, as Allie Rudder, spike on the right side, finds its way to Angelina Nichols in the back row. And that one spiked home by Brianna Cullen. Another great feed from Emily Hupprich. Oftentimes these setters get kind of forgotten about with all the stats regarding kills, but Hupprich has had a number of passes all day, and it's no surprise that she's one of the leading setters in the country. But she has been on point with so many of these sets and has kept the Columbus State defense guessing with her poker face as well. Hupprich looking here for Cullen. It's blocked. Hupprich keeps it alive. And now Burzloff sends it towards the back row. Danek tipping it across. And there was a lift called on Harper. That or Cullen was in the net. I think that's the call. 14-11 in favor of Columbus State following the long volley. Allie Rudder on the serve. And the spike, and not a point. Wow. Gabby Fugel started to celebrate, and I thought she could. Harper eventually does get the point as Burzloff gets the spike. But that was impressive defense anyway by Columbus State just to keep that point alive a bit longer. And Harper unable to save that one. Play at the net. Point will go for Danek. No, it won't. There was a whistle that I couldn't quite catch because over on the other side, Eastfield won their first set against Central Lakes, and well, you can hear the roar of the crowd as Elena Monroe has an answer for Columbus State, getting the kill. She's up to 5, leading the way for Columbus State in this match. 15-13, the Cougars lead. Good save there by Cullen. off the touch from the net. Ralston trying to feed Danik. Misfired a bit. And now Burzloff has to hit it with the right hand. Rutter looking to pass back row. And Cullen gets denied. It was Danik and Ralston there for the block. Point goes to Columbus State. 16-13, they lead here in this pivotal second set. If they're going to have any chance, they need to take this one. I'm not sure coming back from down 2-0 is feasible against a team as talented as Harper. But if Columbus State can take this one, then it becomes a best of three. Anything can happen. What a serve by Cullen. A great save by Olivia Dunham. And now Burzloff hammering that one past Georgia Payne. That one was all set up by the nice serve by Cullen, which had the Columbus State defense scrambling. It's 16-15 in favor of Harper, or rather in favor of Columbus State, but Harper with a chance to tie here. Burzloff again from the right side. Diving save by Littman goes out of bounds. Burzloff has back-to-back kills. And a timeout called by Jill Yoakum. She's seen her 4-point lead disappear. It was 14-10 at one point. Now we're tied up at 16 apiece in set number 2. National semifinal of the NJCAA National Volleyball Championship.
Zone. Caught. Touchdown.
The margin Olympico and a goal.
Winds up shot and a goal.
2 seconds ago.
We're tied up at 16 apiece here in set number 2. It's been a competitive match between Harper and Columbus State, but it's the Cougars who really want to take this second set and tie up this match at 1 apiece. That'll help as Georgia Payne spikes one down the line for the kill, her second of the match. Earning the much-needed side out of the timeout. Morgan Danik back to serve. And Cellini lays off it at the last minute for the service error. Looked like she changed her mind about 7 times in a matter of 1 second before ultimately deciding to lay off of it. And it turns into a point for Harper. Nice tip there by Ralston. Off the pass from Danik in the back row. Now Ralston gets denied by Udoni. Cellini up high, Burzloff. Down hard, Ellie Burzloff. Looking every bit like someone who's working her way towards a tournament MVP. She has 9 kills in this match. 1 away from matching her total from the opening match, the win over Queensboro. Punched over by Danik. Burzloff again. Scoring for Harper College. Ellie Burzloff has had that hot hand this entire second set. It's a 19-17 lead for Harper College. Ariana Cellini gets dug out by her opposing libero, and that one too strong by Abby Lucas. They're trying to say it was tipped. But that Columbus State plea will fall on deaf ears. It's 20-17. Harper College starting to pull away. They've scored 10 of the last 13 points in this set. Payne tries to tap it across. Great dig there by Hupprich. Now Lugo bumps it up. Hupprich will give it right back. Lugo cutting it across. Rudder saving it, but it has to be bumped over by Littman. Now Huppridge can feed whoever she wants, and she goes to Burzloff. That's a good choice, as she can do no wrong right now. Burzloff with 11 kills, a 21-17 lead for Harper. Jill Yoakum still has one timeout. Doesn't look like she's going to take it. Maybe she will now after that Ariana Cellini ace. 22-17 Harper. There's the timeout. The Hawks are flying high, up 22-17. Looking to go up 2-0 in the match here in the national semifinal match of the NJCAA National Championship Tournament.
Lane winds up, shot and a goal!
2 seconds ago. Rangers, a long three. Oh my goodness!
It's a walk-off base hit for Michael Smith.
It's an Olympico and a goal for Paradise Valley. JC.
Back to the action as Cellini goes just barely into the net. We want to thank Tachikara for being the proud official volleyball of the NJCAA. They've generously provided all balls for NJCAA National Championship play for over 30 years. Tachikara, we've got the ball. You bring the game. It's been a heck of an afternoon here at the Regional Sports Center. As Ellie Burzloff gets denied there. Lucas and Payne sending it back. And Columbus State not done yet here in this second set. They've got the last 2 points. They trail 22-19. Rachel Ralston on the serve. Dug out by Cullen. They feed Lugo in the middle, who tips it over the defenders. Smart play there by Marielle Lugo. As the defenders were ready, Abby Lucas in particular. Had she brought the hard spike, Lucas would have sent it right back. Instead, she lofted it over right into the middle of that defense, which is always susceptible to floaters like that. Lucas punching it across. Udoni got a fingertip on it. Then she gets the feed and does the exact same thing. Right into the middle of that circle. And it's 24-19. Harper with a chance to go up 2-0 on this next point. Burzloff on the serve. Danik there for the dig. And Rudder gets denied. Harper takes set number 2, 25-19. They're up 2-0 and one set away from heading back to the national championship match to defend their crown. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the national championship semifinal here on NJCAA TV. Fans, Tachikara is proud to be the official volleyball of the NJCAA and has generously provided all balls for NJCAA National Championship play for over 30 years. Tachikara, we've got the ball. You bring the game. Harper has certainly brought it here this afternoon. They have not dropped a set yet, leading 2-0 after dispatching Queensboro earlier today in straight sets. This Columbus State team still with a chance, but they have their work cut out for them now, down 2-0 here in this match. That shot out of bounds by Brianna Cullen, and exactly what Columbus State needed was a quick confidence boost. Allie Rutter back to serve with a 1-0 lead here in set number 3. Burzloff attacking from the middle, forget about it. Defense didn't get there in time, and she can make it rain. 12 kills for Ellie Burzloff. Side out goes to Harper, tied up at a point. Brianna Cullen gets dug out by Olivia Dunham. And now Rachel Ralston down the line. Huprich is there. Burzloff tipping it over the defense. Ralston able to dig it out. Danik against the defense gets the kill. Mackenzie Bush stepped in. It was just a tad late. That or Danik saw her and just wanted to take a little off it at the last moment. But it's a 2-1 lead for Columbus State here in set number 3. Cellini with the dig. Burzloff gets the feed. Danik blocks it, then punches it across. And Cullen was able to dig it out, but then nobody bailed her out. So it goes back to the Cougars. They lead 3-1. Obviously, they need this third set to stay alive, but heading into this match, I thought Columbus State, based on what I saw in that first match today, might have a chance to knock off the Harper Hawks or at least make it go 5. And you don't have to tell Columbus how easy it is to see something slip away quickly. They were up 2-0 against St. Cloud Tech, and it looked like they were going to just dispatch them quickly as well, as that tip by Emily Huprich lands for a point for Harper College. But let's say Columbus State can win this third set. That might make Harper a little tight in set number 4. That's what we saw at Columbus State, who eventually prevailed in that 4th set in their opening match against St. Cloud Tech. So it's not impossible, but they can't get in an early hole. So this is a good start for the Columbus State Cougars, leading 5-2 here in set number 3. They need to establish a lead and then hang on to it and prevent Harper from going on any of the big runs that have led to their 2-set wins already. Udoni spiking it down the middle. Great save there by Haley Littman. Danik has to bump it across, but they're still alive. Now Burzloff attacking in the middle. Payne is there for the block. And Lugo gets denied, but it's out of bounds. So the point goes to Harper. Burzloff back to serve. And a nice tip there by Abby Lucas, but a good save. Cellini there on the diving save. Payne cutting it down the line and getting the point. A 6-3 lead here for Columbus State in the third set. Vicky Osborne on the serve. Brianna Cullen, she's really been playing some good defense here in this matchup as Udoni hits the out-of-bounds marker. And for all of Harper's weapons, it's easy for certain players to get lost in the shuffle. Right now, Udoni only has a handful of kills on this tournament. Last year, she was the tournament MVP, and perhaps it was because of Harper's versatility. They have so many people that can attack, and last year, Udoni was flourishing and thus receiving the MVP award. Still one of the leaders on this squad, but just haven't called her name a ton yet today, as Ellie Burzloff gets denied by Abby Lucas. Lucas having herself a match here as it's an 8-3 lead now for Columbus State. Still no movement from Bob Vilsoy. Didn't call a timeout all last year and probably wants to continue that trend here. His calm demeanor, I'm sure, helps as Monroe kept that one on a play. And now there's a timeout. Bob Vilsoy uses one up. It's 9-3 in favor of Columbus State. Looking to take this third set and extend this match a little bit longer. Now, it was interesting on that point. I mentioned Elena Monroe because she saved a ball from coming from the other side of the court that would have interfered during that point. And so Columbus State fortunate to earn that one and go up 9-3. Well, you can keep up with the latest news and updates regarding NJCAA volleyball by visiting the official website of the National Junior College Athletic Association at www.njcaa.org. You can also keep up with statistics from this tournament, which are going to be a lot more accurate than my chicken scratch up here in the broadcast booth. Columbus State not rolling over. They are up 9-3 here in set number 3. Over on the other side, Eastfield has a 20-10 lead in set number 2. They're up 1-0 in that match. So far today, the seedings have proven to be true. All 4 top seeds advance to this national semifinal round. Harper looking to continue that trend. Columbus State wants to end it. Udoni tips it across and gets the kill. Nice job there by Allie Rudder trying to sell it as she bumped that one back up, but Harper gets the side out. So when Bob Vilsoy does call timeouts, they turn out to be fruitful. That's the first one I've ever seen him call. Not that I follow Harper College other than when they're at this national tournament, but as I mentioned, last year he never called a one the whole way to the championship. Had to break that trend here today. I'm sure he didn't even keep track of that sort of thing. As Columbus State gets the point, they're saying Udoni was in the net. It's a 10-4 advantage for Columbus State. They need to keep their foot on the gas here and not let Harper get back into this third set. Because the longer they hang around, the tighter Harper College will get. Granted, on the other side, that is a national champion team, so they know how to deal with adversity. But right now, Columbus State in control of this third set. Haley Littman on the serve. Ariana Cellini there for the dig. Udoni gets blocked again. It was Allie Rudder there for the denial. Everything's clicking here for Columbus State, up 12-4. Littman goes into the net. Those are absolute momentum killers. So we'll see if Harper can take advantage here. Down 12-5 in the third set, but up 2-0 in the match. Angelina Nichols on the serve. And now Allie Rudder goes back row. Nichols is there. Cullen gets denied. Rudder and Lucas again. Abby Lucas has done a great job protecting right at the net, and she'll go back and serve now. Always an adventure when Lucas is serving. As she goes for that big jump serve, and that one just a bit deep. So the side out right back to Harper. Emily Huprich with the jump serve, dug out by Rudder. And now Monroe tipping it across. Burzloff sending it back row. It was kept alive for a moment by Littman, but it drifted back into the seats. Point Harper College. And trail 13-7. As Huprich goes short. Rudder there for the dig. Gets the feed right back, but has to put an attack on it from about 8 feet beyond the net. Then Rudder gets the block on the Cullen spike, but it goes out of bounds, so the point goes to Harper College. Another kill for Brianna Cullen. Danik spikes one home, getting it past the Mackenzie Bush block attempt. And the side out goes back to Columbus State. Allie Rudder gets dug up by Cullen. And now it's Monroe with the left hand. Right into the waiting block, but it's punched back across by Danik. Now Burzloff, left side. Right side, rather, with the left hand. Gets her 13th kill of the match. Seems like every time Harper sends it to Burzloff, they're able to manufacture some points, even if she doesn't get them right away. It at least demands a lot of attention from that Columbus State defense. 2 straight points here for Harper, and the Columbus State fans can start to sense it. They don't want to see this thing get much closer. It's 14-10. As Monroe puts a stop to that with the big spike. Elena Monroe still leading the way in kills for the Cougars in this match with 7 now. Goes back to serve, leading 15-10. Burzloff, the big spike. Payne able to handle it and send it back. And Lugo mistimed it. Rachel Ralston kept the hands up, almost looking like a basketball player that wanted to show they didn't touch the ball. And she never did. 16-10, Columbus State with the lead here in the third set. Huprich puts it up for Bush. Bush can't get it across the net. They're saying it was touched by Columbus State. Burzloff then on the spike. She's got another point. Even though the defense is keying in on Ellie Burzloff, they still can't seem to stop her. 14 kills in this match. As Cellini goes back for the serve. Rudder there to dig it out. Now Danik gets it across the defense. Cullen from the back row, dug up by Dunham. Payne has to bump it over. Now Huprich looking for Burzloff. Ralston there to keep it alive. Payne, perfect spot by Georgia Payne. Kept her footing, went towards that back row, and found the corner for the point. 17-11, Cougars lead. And that one's going to go out of bounds off the hand of Morgan Danik. Cougars trying to stay alive in this match, down 2-0, but up 17-12 here in the third set. Looking for a miraculous comeback at this point as Lugo tips one across. Payne ready for it. Gets the feed right back from Rudder and hammers it home. Nice give and go there from Payne to Rudder. Back to Payne for the kill. Started to mention her a lot more after a quiet first set. Payne's been heating up. Rachel Ralston on the serve, leading 18-12. Udoni tips it over and gets the point. Ralston with the diving save attempt. Couldn't quite get there. And Sarah Udoni, last year's MVP. It's a key point for Harper there. Still looking to try and win this third set and win this match in straight sets, but Abby Lucas has something to say about that. A key for Columbus State in this third set. They have never let Harper regain the momentum. They've had this lead, and it's fluctuated between about 5 and 8 points, never closer than 4. Since they got that sizable lead early on at 11-4. Monroe, flat-footed, goes across. Cellini, and now Cullen into the Rudder and Lucas block. Monroe will try again, this time blocked by Udoni. Stayed in bounds on the other side. Side out back to Harper. Make no mistake about it, the Hawks aren't conceding this third set either, despite the 2-0 advantage. They're still fighting for each point. You can see the energy level on that side. They want this third set just as badly as Columbus State, who has a miscue there. Lead back down to 4. This is as close as Harper has been in this set since the early going. Angelina Nichols on the serve. Danik there to dig it out. And now Cullen tipping it across. Monroe was there, or Osborne rather, to dig it out. Osborne going cross court for Monroe into the block. Bush was ready for it. And some frustration now for Columbus State as Monroe punched at it a couple times. They need to keep their cool here, Columbus State does. They still have a 3-point lead, 19-16 here in the third set. Needing this set to keep their national championship hopes alive as Monroe tips it across. Burzloff ready for it. Then with the spike, dug out by Littman. Abby Lucas with a big spike there, attacking the middle. She has really had a very productive third set and calling her name an awful lot. 20-16. Columbus State hanging on here in this third set. And Lucas goes into the net. If I'm Jill Yoakum, I'm having a conversation right now with Abby Lucas about taking a little something off that serve. She's had a few too many errors for my liking here today, especially in these spots. Rudder somehow keeps it in play with some help from Vicky Osborne. And now into the net is a member of Harper. Another big point for Columbus State. 21-17. Allie Rudder will serve. They need 4 more points to at least take a set here in this tournament against Harper. Burzloff from the left side, mishandled by Olivia Dunham, and she knew it right away. Allie Burzloff with 15 kills. She continues to pad her totals as Brianna Cullen gets ready to serve. They trail by 3, Harper does. Ralston into the block. Danik there to send it right back. Burzloff passes back to Cullen. Littman there for the dig. Now Ralston on the right side. Denied again by Mackenzie Bush. Rudder looking back row. Cullen chases it down. And Lugo goes into the net. I think Lugo got a little impatient there. It's one where you just live to play for the next possession. But instead, it's a point for the Cougars. The lead 22-18. Burzloff cuts it across. Nice dig there by Rudder. And now Payne on the spike. Harper able to keep it alive. Bumped across by Burzloff and Cullen. And now Payne gets the point. Harper scrambling a little bit on defense. Now they're running out of points. It's 23-18. Elena Monroe back to serve. Monroe dug out by Cellini. It wasn't clean, however. Upridge had to just tip it over, and now Danik nearly misfires on the spike. Tipped back, out of bounds. Set point here for Columbus State. They've earned the last 3 points, and they've got some breathing room. 24-18, the Cougars lead. Cellini digs out the serve. Bush into the block. Danik sticks with it, and Columbus State takes set number 3. Now we've got ourselves a match. It's 2-1 in favor of Harper. We'll move on to a set 4 here in the National Championship semifinal on NJCAA TV.
NJCAA fans, the brand new NJCAA store is here. Visit shop.njcaa.org now Find the best NJCAA branded merchandise on the market. On your first order, be sure to use the promo code WELCOME10 and you'll receive 10% off your first order. With orders of $75 or more, you'll receive free shipping anywhere in the United States. So what are you waiting for? Visit shop.njcaa.org now and get your NJCAA gear today.
End zone. Caught. Touchdown.
The margin Olympico and a goal.
Winds up shot and a goal. Unbelievable.
Set number 4 about to get underway here between Columbus State and Harper College. The top-seeded Hawks have dropped their first set of the tournament, and Columbus State has some momentum here after taking that third set. 25-18. So Columbus State, the 4 seed, already slayed one demon today, getting out of that first round. They've been in that 4-5 matchup before, and last year lost to Central Lakes, who's playing on the other side of the floor. But now they get their shot at number 1 and trying to make it at least go 5 sets. That tip goes out of bounds, so the first point goes to Harper, and Emily Hupprich will serve. Hupprich with the jump serve. Olivia Dunham there to take it out. And now Rachel Ralston gets one over the block. Kept alive by Carolina Sass. And now it's Monroe. Elena Monroe staying hot. Hammering down that spike. And then gets substituted out for Georgia Payne. We're tied up at 1 apiece. Haley Littman will serve, the 5'4" libero out of Grove City, Ohio. As Burzloff, already with 15 kills under her belt for this match, gets dug out that time. Cellini from the back row. And Payne from the left side. Harper able to keep it alive. Some longer volleys than what we saw the first couple sets as Payne hammers that one down. But both teams perhaps getting a little more defensive in the early going. Perhaps that excitement led to quicker attacks and quicker points and a lot more plays at the net. A little more spaced out here in the 4th set as we're just underway in this 4th set. Payne just out of bounds. Point goes to the Hawks. And Brianna Cullen will serve. Cullen walks it up, just gets it across the net, and then Lugo there to send it back. A fortunate bounce for Harper College. And they lead 3-2. Cullen, again, just barely over the net. That time it didn't touch. As Payne gets the feed. And now Burzloff hammers it through. 16 kills now for Ellie Burzloff. She was Harper's leader on the season with 540. And showing you why here late this afternoon. Into the early evening as Ralston gets denied. That was a combination of Marielle Lugo and Gabby Fugel. It's a 5-2 lead for Harper. Columbus State needs to be careful. The recipe for winning is this Cullen serve goes into the net. It's to get that early lead once again in the fourth set to really force Harper to think about squandering that lead. They had a 2-0 advantage. Now it's 2-1 as Burzloff racks up another one. She's getting everything to fall on the other side right now. It's 6-3 in favor of Harper. But if you can start to cast that little shadow of doubt, if you're Columbus State, you want to make Harper start to doubt themselves a little bit. Winning that third set is a start, but then you got to get off to a hot start in set number 4. Right now, that's not the case. Harper's up 7-3. Looking every bit like they've already shaken off dropping that third set. Lucas, the big windup, gets denied. Lugo goes back row. Littman able to dig it out. Now Ralston from the right side. Dug out by Cullen. Burzloff gets the feed and gets another one. No, she doesn't. They do keep it alive. I thought I saw it touch the floor. Big point there for Harper. Udoni ends up getting it instead of Burzloff. But oftentimes when you see a team make a crazy save like that, they're the ones who end up getting the point. Instead, it's Harper who comes away with it. They lead 7-3 as that one goes into the net. So Columbus State trails 7-4 here in the fourth set. Over on the other side, Eastfield with a 2-0 advantage over Central Lakes. They're up 19-14 in set number 3. I think they're discussing over here what the score should be. I think it should be 8-4 at this point. That or they're discussing a substitution. Nope, I'm correct. They do update the score to 8-4. I didn't recall seeing the point go up on the board after the Ellie Burzloff near kill, followed up by Sarah Udoni, earning the point for Harper a couple points ago. And so they get it right, 8-4. Harper leads. Payne on the spike, dug out by Cellini, and now Burzloff tipping one over again. Another diving save, this time by Rudder. Huprich looking for Udoni, and a perfect spot by Sarah Udoni. Udoni getting fired up. Last year's MVP starting to make her presence felt a little bit more. As Burzloff goes back to serve with a 9-4 lead, she digs out the Georgia Payne spike. Now it's Lugo on the left side getting the kill. Well, I've said it, Harper can attack you a lot of different ways, and right now they are showing off their depth as a timeout is called by Jill Yoakum. Her squad trails 10-4 here in the fourth set. You're watching the National Championship semifinal on NJCAA TV.
Lane winds up, shot, and a goal! Unbelievable!
2 seconds to go. Rangers, a long three. Oh my goodness!
It's a walk-off base hit for Michael Smith.
It's an Olympico and a goal for Paradise Valley, J.C. Duncan.
Well, there's the feed into Rodriguez to jam.
Harper College has a 10-4 lead here in set number 4 as Ellie Burzloff puts it into play. They lead 2-1 in the match. The defending national champions looking the part here, but Allie Rutter responds with a spike and a kill for Columbus. That is her 4th kill of the match. And Georgia Payne goes back to serve and puts it in quickly. Lugo sends it across. Danik is there to save it. Now Rutter from about 6 feet hits it across. Udoni got it through. And some confusion here. Brianna Cullen adamant that she never touched the ball on that dive and that it went out of bounds. But it looks like that point will go to Columbus State. It's 10-6 in favor of Harper College. As Cullen digs out that serve, Burzloff, even from mid-range, she's got a tough one to handle. Payne has to one-arm swing it across, and now Udoni on the wheel route on the right side spikes it over. Columbus State able to keep it alive. Udoni tried to cut it too much and gets upset with herself for doing so. 3 straight points for Columbus State, looking sharp out of the timeout. Cellini passes it forward to Huprich. Lugo gets denied, and now Cullen from the back row sends it over. Monroe dug out by Cullen. Lugo, left side, popped into the air by Osborne and sent back across by Payne. Play at the net. Monroe over to Lucas, who has to punch it across. Now Udoni on the spike. Back to Monroe. Popped up in the air. Huprich looking for Lugo. And it's still alive. Good job by Columbus State just hanging in there for this point. As Burzloff from mid-range gets dug out by Payne. Osborne passes it across. Cellini up ahead to Huprich. Udoni with the spike. Another save by Monroe. Rutter gets dug out by Burzloff, and now Cullen goes into the net. That's a huge point for Columbus State, the longest volley of the match, and the Cougars come away with it. This is what I'm talking about when I say they need to cast that shadow of a doubt with Harper about whether or not they can take this or let this lead slip away. Harper College gets the point there. Meanwhile, on the other side, Eastfield has dispatched Central Lakes in straight sets. They have punched their ticket to the national championship match. So the winner of this match will face off against Eastfield from Texas as Lugo sends that serve into the net. Another break for Columbus State, who trails 11-9 here in set number 4. Cullen gets denied. Cellini, however, keeps it alive. And now Rutter passing it across. Diving save. That was Carolina Sass who made the nice defensive play to keep it alive for Harper. Now they feed it to Cullen. It's blocked back by Rutter with a little help from Morgan Danik. Columbus State not going quietly into the night just yet. They're down 11-10, but they trailed by as many as 6 just a few points ago. They've scored 6 the last 7 and can tie it up here. Abby Lucas, here comes another fireball. That one just out of bounds as well. Lucas continuing to struggle to keep her serves in bounds. And it's a 12-10 advantage for Harper. Angelina Nichols, a serving specialist, coming in for the Hawks. Nichols from the middle. Dug up by Rutter. And now Danik didn't get all of it. Dug up by Nichols. Burzloff pops it over the blockers. Osborne up high for Rutter. into the block. Columbus State keeping it alive. Monroe passing it across. Nice dig by Cullen. And Burzloff from about 8 feet. Littman is there. Monroe cutting it across. Popped up way in the air by Sass. Cullen keeps it in play. And Nichols gets it over. Now Rudder into the block. And Harper can't keep that one alive. Another hard-earned point for Columbus State. Eastfield making their way over to this end of the floor to scout tomorrow's opponent. We don't know who that'll be yet. Harper leads 2-1 in this match, but only 12-11 in this fourth set. Monroe gets the feed, puts it down hard, but Sass is there for the dig. Now Burzloff misfires on that one, wide right. And we're tied up at 12. Columbus State has come all the way back, starting to cast that shadow of doubt towards Harper. A 2-0 lead starting to slip away. Rudder over to Danik, kept alive by Sass. They're going to have to bump it over. Sass and Huprich ran into each other. Both of them were calling for it. Columbus State has the lead. Just look at the body language right now. Harper starting to tighten up. The exact formula you want if you're a Columbus State squad looking to pull off the upset. A big block there by Danik off the Cullen spike, and Vilsoe is going to call another timeout. 10 of the last 12 points have gone Columbus State's way, and the 4th seed has number 1 Harper on the ropes. You're watching the NJCAA National Championship Tournament on NJCAA TV.
Zone. Caught. Touchdown.
The margin, Olympico, and a goal.
Winds up shot and a goal. Unbelievable.
Back to the action here. Allie Rudder puts it into play. Columbus has all the momentum, and they're going to keep it as Cullen strikes that one too hard and deep. So the point goes again to Columbus State. 11 of the last 13 they've put up. Harper is scrambling as Huprich sends that one across. Ralston now on the spike. Sass there for the dig. Another block by Danik. Harper able to keep it alive, and now Cullen with the big spike, hitting one of the spectators as they're walking out. But a big point there for Harper College. Columbus State was in this exact position in their opening match. They were up 2-1. They did not want to see it go to a 5th and final set after winning the first 2. That's the feeling Harper has now, up 15, or down rather, 15-14. But having gotten the last 2 points. Huprich, a very steady server, gets dug out on the other end by Dunham. And now Burzloff looking for that soft spot. Columbus State able to send it back. Burzloff again, this time dropping the hammer. 18 kills for Ellie Burzloff. She has been the stopper for Harper College here today. All tied up at 15 apiece. And Huprich misfires on that one. The commentator Jinx coming into play once again. After I call her a steady server, she commits the error. So a side out, Haley Littman back to serve. Cullen there for the dig. Burzloff gets the feed on the left side this time. And now Payne, dug up by Cellini, the one-arm save. Goes to the other side. Payne will try again. This time she's dug out by Huprich. Cullen blocked by Danik. It stays in play. Burzloff hit it across, but that was the fourth hit. I wondered because it looked like it deflected off of a couple Harper players. The lead is back up to 2 for Columbus State, 17-15. Perfect spot there by Morgan Danik. Play at the net. At the last minute, she peeked over on the right side and saw nobody was home and simply tipped it over there. So after leading by 3, Harper scored 3 in a row to tie it at 15. And now an ace. And Haley Lippman is beside herself in celebration as that one just snuck in the end line. 4 points in a row for Columbus State. And they lead 19-15. Bob Vilsoe has called his second and final timeout of this set. So Harper College is on the ropes now as the top seed. Down 19-15 in the fourth set. If Columbus State wins this, we'll go to a fifth and final set. And you better believe very few people from either Eastfield or Central Lakes have left the building just yet. Well, fans, you can follow all the action of the 2017 NJCAA Fall Sport National Championships live on NJCAA TV. Just go to www.njcaatv.com to view live and archived broadcasts of the national tournaments for soccer, volleyball, and football. NJCAA TV is also available on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Android TV, and Roku streaming platforms. NJCAA TV, the official digital video network of the NJCAA. And we thank you for joining us. You've been rewarded with a wonderful match here as Cullen gets the kill and a much-needed side out for Harper out of the timeout. They are out of timeouts for this set, trailing 19-16. As Cullen puts it into play. Dug out by Dunham. Payne on the attack. Harper able to handle it. Now Burzloff. Dug out by Ralston, who falls to the deck. And then Payne gets blocked. A combination of Burzloff and Fugel. 2 straight points for Harper. Columbus State doesn't want this to turn into a run. It's been 2 points in a row for Harper. Here comes the serve from Cullen. Dunham is there again. And now Danik over the blockers. Huprich looks back row, but Lippman was ready. Now Ralston from the right side, dug out by Cellini. Burzloff again from that right side. And again, she's got the kill. 19 of them in this match for the Harper MVP. Timeout called by Columbus State. Jill Yoakum wants to talk things over. Both coaches out of timeouts for this set. Columbus State leading 19-18 here in set number 4. Every point huge right now as these two teams fighting for a chance to play for a national championship tomorrow afternoon. As Ralston tips that one across, Columbus State has the 1-point lead here in the fourth set. What a save by Brianna Cullen, laying out to keep that one alive. Burzloff on the spike, Rudder there for the answer. Now Huprich looking for Burzloff. Ralston there for the finesse. And Payne cuts it across. Cellini able to keep it alive. These points are just lasting so much longer than they did in the opening sets. Neither team wanting to make the miscue to lead to the point as Payne gets blocked. Maybe a little too conservative that time. And Harper has climbed back. They've scored the last 4 points. There are no timeouts left on either side. They'll decide it for themselves. 19-19 is the score here in the fourth set. And an errant set there by Ralston. Columbus State needs to gather themselves and do so quickly. They've given up 5 points in a row to Harper, who can win this match by taking home set number 4. They lead it 2-1, and now 20-19 here in set number 4. Dunham ahead to Ralston. Good defense here by Harper as Burzloff goes into the net. She mistimed it. A rare miscue by the Harper MVP, Ellie Burzloff. 20-20 here in set number 4. Things getting intense to close out our day here as Cellini saves that one. Burzloff dug out by Danik. And now tipped across by Payne. Cellini up for Burzloff. And that one, you wouldn't be able to tell by Burzloff's reaction because she hardly ever celebrates. But that one did land on the Columbus State side, so Burzloff has her 20th kill of the match. And nearly an ace, just kept alive as Lucas has to bump it across for Columbus State. Now Lugo, dug out by Danik. Rudder pops it up high, and from the back row, Littman sends it across to her fellow libero, Cellini. And as I say, Ellie Burzloff barely ever celebrates. She'll celebrate that one as she spikes it home for the 2-point lead. 21 kills on the match for Ellie Burzloff, and she still doesn't look like she's broken a sweat. It looks effortless for her as a huge block there by Udoni and Lugo. And Harper can taste it. Over on the sidelines, they are jacked up, leading 23-20. They've scored 8 of the last 9. Burzloff into the net. Payne trying to argue that it touched the out-of-bounds marker. That's not the call. Play resumes. Rudder keeps it alive. Payne gets denied by Udoni and Burzloff. Columbus State keeps it in play. Now Udoni gets denied, and Harper can't save that one. If they'd have kept that in play, that would have been a very tough break for Columbus State. But they still have life. They're down 23-21. Ralston with the serve. Cullen there for the dig. Burzloff gets the feed, and the big block there. It was Abby Lucas with a little help from Georgia Payne, deflecting off a Harper player and out of bounds. So Columbus State can tie here. They're down 23-22. Ralston electing to be safe on the serve. That's a good strategy. Lugo from the left side gets it over the block. Littman pops it up, and Lucas uses finesse to get it over. Into the net, they got to keep it alive. Rudder up high, does just that. Now Burzloff through the block, getting the kill. Match point on the way for Harper College. And who else but Ellie Burzloff back to send it in for Harper College. She has 22 kills in the match. As Rudder gets the feed. What a spot by Allie Rudder. With everything on the line. That was a clutch play by Allie Rudder. Now it's Georgia Payne on the serve. Cellini there for the dig. Udoni with the spike, punching Harper's ticket to the national championship match for the second year in a row. Last year's tournament MVP gets a perfect feed from Emily Huprich, which we've seen several of all afternoon. And despite a valiant effort by the 4-seed Columbus State, Harper College will have a chance to defend its crown tomorrow afternoon. The Hawks defeat Columbus State 3-1 by scores of 25-20, 25-19, dropping the third set 18-25, but winning a competitive and tightly contested fourth set by a score of 25-23. So tomorrow, our national championship match will be Harper College looking to go back-to-back, facing off against Eastfield from Texas. We'll have that along with the third place matches featuring this Columbus State squad against Central Lakes and our 5th and 7th place matches as well. All of it will be right here on NJCAA TV. For our crew here at Blue Frame Technology, I'm Nick Johnson signing off. Thank you for joining us for a wonderful day of volleyball here at the Regional Sports Center in Rochester, and be sure to join us for our championship matches tomorrow. This has been a production for NJCAA TV.